let's transition back to you and a role of yours that I just absolutely love, and that was Aisha in Miss Marvel. Here you are, making the jump from Lollywood to Hollywood. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? This is the biggest franchise in the world, and now you're forever a part of it. Do you remember originally reading for the role and what drew you to this project?
Okay, so I actually, it's funny because I was traveling to the US some years ago, and that's a long time ago, and I picked up this Miss Marvel comic book just randomly, and I still have it somewhere in my shelves. And I was like, when I saw Kamala's character, I was like, this is the character that is speaking to me, and I wish they make a movie or something out of it.
Yeah.
Some years later, like they say in memes, few moments later. So it was a few years, a few years later, it was announced. And I applauded Marvel for taking that step. And when I found out that Iman Vellani is playing the role of Kamala Khan, I was so happy to see the right, authentic person to be playing someone who's from Pakistani origin to be playing a Pakistani character. Um, and little did I know, even then, when I was appreciating them, that I would be a part of this project. So when I was offered Miss Marvel, my team was contacted and they sent an audition for me to record and send, which I did. But I couldn't still tell what the character is, what is it about, because they made sure they kept it ambiguous
Right.
and not really
Hmm.
giving away anything. And then we had a lot of conversations on Zoom, but I honestly did not know much about it until I was in Bangkok in quarantine at Anantara, all with the entire unit. And that's when I started getting the scripts. I knew about the character, but I did not know what potential it has or how Aisha is going to pan out as a character. But when I started reading it in Bangkok, I was in tears. I was like, God, I'm being able to play this role, which so many people auditioned for in South Asia. A lot of actors did. And to be able to play such a key role in Kamala's story, her origin story, and not only that as an actor, but also being able to represent Pakistan. And because I have been speaking up about the misrepresentation of Pakistanis and Muslims in particular in the West,
Hmm.
and how we have always been shown as the villains or the ones who are creating trouble,
Yeah.
basically.
Hmm.
I think so. Being able to be a part of a project that shows us Pakistanis in the right, uh, the way we are, basically, I think it was a moment of joy for me and a moment of pride to be able to be a part of an such an iconic
Right.
story that will be remembered forever, which represents us in the true light. But at the same time, the great thing about it is that Pakistanis were cast for Pakistani roles, which never happened before. So
Yeah.
Marvel needs to be applauded to have taken that step and given us that kind of platform or exposure that we needed. I guess this gave, I hope it gave actors in Pakistan um, this kind of hope and reassurance that you need to look beyond borders. It's you can't just be short-sighted, but also
Right.
look beyond borders. And if I can do it, you can do it too, right? So that, and also for people in Hollywood to get to have that kind of confidence to, after having seen us, to have that confidence to cast actors from Pakistan. So I think a lot came out of this project. The fact that it represented us in a beautiful way. Karachi, I'm from Karachi, and my
Yeah.
city was shown in the series. There was this really nice wedding scene where you could
Hmm.
see the audiences, the Western audiences could see how we celebrate also our food and our
Yeah.
music. Such amazing music in the show from Pakistan. So I think it really opened up a lot of doors for all of us. And I have so many more reasons to be proud of the show. But I think As an actor, as a Pakistani, as a Muslim, I couldn't have asked for a better launch pad than being part of the biggest franchise, Marvel, and being a part of Miss Marvel. I mean, I'm truly, truly, truly blessed.
Yeah, and it doesn't get bigger than Marvel, right? And like you literally took the words out of my mouth. That's what I love the most about the show. And being Pakistani and growing up here in Canada, there aren't many westernized depictions of Pakistani culture in media. And just like you said, it's always, the bad guy or someone just,
Stereotypical, yeah,
yeah, there's like no depth to it. It's just, they like almost Googled what a Pakistani looks like and they just put that on the screen. It's
yes,
never accurate. And what I love is like this show is like still the highest rated show on Rotten Tomatoes for any of the MCU shows. And I love
yes,
that because people are drawn to our culture and they were exposed to our culture. So I take so much pride as someone who wasn't even part of it, but as part of like the larger scope of the creative arts that hey, we finally
yeah,
have something that we can be proud of. Because there's
yes.
Sri Lankan shows, there is Indian depictions, but we never had that Pakistani depiction, and I think it was done so tastefully and so right.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the attention to detail from the producers, from my director Shamina Bechanoy, and the rest of the directors on the show, they've all done such a wonderful job. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really proud of all of the people involved as well as the entire project itself.
So yeah, I'm really fascinated because you shot this during like the peak of COVID. So as an actress, like, what was your experience like? Was it little like, odd seeing people wear masks, keeping a distance? Like overall, just walk me through a day on
Talal,
set.
it was scary. It was okay. So during during our quarantine, we were supposed to send our temperature, body temperature, twice, thrice, and then it became twice after a week.
Mm,
And we were only given like 40 minutes after 7 to 8 days of constant testings. We were able to go downstairs to the pool area for 45 minutes. And that's when I actually got to know the rest of the team members and I got
right.
to spend time with them. And then after 40 minutes, which would just go like this in a blink of an eye, there would be people in all in their gears and all those white COVID, what
Like
they
what was
used
it,
to call
the
it. I'm
masks
sorry.
or like the shields and everything that they
Yeah,
had.
yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
entire,
Like the
yes,
hazmat
and they would
suits
come.
almost. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the hazmat suits, yeah, and then they would come and start asking us to go, and we would feel like we are prisoners or something. We're like, no, just 5 more minutes, please. But and after that, on set, when we were able to go out and work, oh, so many precautions that we had to take,
Yeah.
so many tests. Every day we would get tested. I was so annoyed by the number of times they would put that
In
thing
your
in my
nose and
nose.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh God. And then it went on for, and then we had red zone, yellow zone. So actors and director and producers, all the main key people were in the red zone, which meant that we were double tested and everything. Like we were the
Right.
safest. But then also they wanted to keep us safe from other people coming into that space. So it was, the way they did it was so professional and so well that the only uncomfortable part was for me to get tested with that thing.
Oh, I bet.
Otherwise, I was actually, because we were all so scared because of COVID, I felt so comfortable knowing that not only me, but everyone around me is COVID free, right? So
Right.
just
Hmm.
knowing that and having that assurance kind of made me feel better. And it made us all feel safe in that environment when we were working. But yeah, I still have videos from that, all that happening. And I still think, man, it was only like 2 years ago. It seemed like we
Yeah.
landed in on some other planet altogether.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I
So
mean,
it
it's like
was
it's literally like
interesting.
yeah, 2 years ago, like you mentioned, it just like, it feels like a lifetime ago, but it was literally just two
Yeah,
years ago, right?
2 years ago. Yeah. But not again.
No, no, not again. Everyone do your part. Just no more. Just like
Please,
get vaccinated.
yes.
Do what you
No
want. Just
more.
stay safe. But
Stay safe, everyone. But I
yeah,
like,
that's the
Talal, the
thing.
fact that we have all become very hygienic. I mean, I always
Oh,
was because Even before COVID, I used to use
Like Lysol, like
sanitizers and
wipes and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I was very, very careful about all of this. But I think generally people have become more careful with their hygiene. They take better care of hygiene now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's another plus that came out of it. For the people who already did it, they're even more aware. And I guess for the people that didn't, hopefully now they are
They're
more
not
aware
doing
of
it.
it because totally.